Today we are doing sublimation on Glitter HTV. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, I am going to demonstrate a quick and easy way to sublimate on Glitter HTV. Now, I am using a wide format printer, but I am printing with 8.5 by 11 sublimation paper. Now, I'm going to take you step by step through the process, just like I always do. And at the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at the materials and dive right in. Materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Cricut Maker. I'm using PYD Life Sublimation paper, the images from Creative Fabrica, a green standard grip mat, a pen weeding tool, rainbow white Caesar Glitter HTV. I'm also using this Gildan heavy cotton, or it's a Gildan dry blend cotton. It's 50% cotton, 50% polyester sweatshirt, and I'll use my 16 by 20 auto open walla press that I purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Now, without further ado, let's go to the computer so that I can show you the files that I downloaded, and then we'll go right in to Cricut Design Space. The first thing I did was I went to the Creative Fabrica website and I did a search for Black History digital paper, and this one stood out to me, so I downloaded it. After I downloaded this bundle, the next thing I did was I did a search for butterfly SVGs, and I wanted to find a butterfly that was filled in for the most part, but one that still had a lot of lines in it. So when I looked at this bundle, it caught my eye right away because there are so many beautiful butterflies in this bundle, and there are actually 18 files. So I downloaded this, and after I got those extracted and installed on my computer, it was time to go to Cricut Design Space. I am in Cricut Design Space, and the first thing I'll do is upload the butterfly and the digital paper that I'm planning to use. I'll click on upload. I'm using this butterfly right here. This is the first one that was available in the bundle. I'm going to bring the butterfly over, and I want to resize it to the width to 10.5. The proportions are locked, so the height has already been established. I like it at this size. The next thing I'm going to do is type the text that I want to go above the butterfly, and I'm going to just click on the T, and I'm typing the word beautiful. And I'm using a font that's called Black History that I downloaded from the Design Bundles website. So right here where it says font, I'll click the drop down, and I'm using this font called Black History. It'll be linked below the video. Now I want to bring the text over, and I kind of want to stretch it out so that it does take up a good amount of space above the butterfly. I don't want to take away from it at all. Okay, and what I want to do now is click on the text, and I am using one of the features that is available for Cricut Access members. So I'm going to select the text, and I'm going to click on Combine and Weld. I do want it to stay welded like that. And now I have the option to warp the text. So with the text selected, I'm going to click on the option to warp. I'm choosing option number 6. Okay, because I kind of want it to look like the text is following the flow of the butterfly like that. Okay, I like this. I think it's gorgeous. Now I'm going to select the text and the butterfly, and I am going to click Align and center horizontally, and then I want to attach them. So now the butterfly and the text are attached. The next thing I want to do is just bring the view down on my canvas to right at about 75%. Now, if I wanted to add the digital pattern to this butterfly and this text at this size, I would not really be allowed to do that. So I'm going to show you a workaround that will allow you to do this by adding the digital paper and still getting the bright, vivid, sublimated image. What I'm going to do is click on upload. I'm going to click pattern fill. I'll click upload pattern, and I will navigate to where my patterns have been downloaded within that bundle. So I'm navigating to my Creative Fabrica files, to the digital paper, and I am going to just add the pattern in. Now the pattern is being added right now, and it's giving me a second to process. Okay, this is one of the patterns. I already uploaded 3 other patterns. I'll click on upload. Okay, what I'm going to do once this finishes uploading is show you the way that I plan to work around the print then cut limitations. Okay, what I'm going to do is go right here to shapes, and I am going to select a square. And I'll close this out. I'll bring the square over here to the right, and I'm going to unlock the square and make sure it matches the size of my paper, which is 8.5 by 14. I'm going to click on the width, and I'm changing it to 8. The size of my paper is 8.5 by 11. I'm clicking on the width. I'm changing the paper to 8.5, and I'm going to unlock the proportions. I'm changing the height to 11. Okay, and now my paper is considered as a basic cut. I'm looking up here at the operation type. I'm going to click on the drop down and select print then cut, and I'll change my print then cut paper. That's this gray. I'm going to click on this box, and right here where it says color type, I'll click the drop down. I'll click pattern, and I will look at my available patterns to see which one I like the best. So let's click on this first one and see if we like it. Okay, it's very pretty, but I don't love it. Let's see the second one. I love this one. Let's see the third option. That one is okay. Let's see the fourth option. This one is also okay. I'm going to go with option number 2. Now, with option number 2 selected, I can look in my layers panel and see that I have an error message. Let's see what the error says. Image is too large for 8.5 by 11. So what I'll do is click on auto resize image. That gives me a page size of 6.76 by 8.75. And I know that this is still not big enough to fill in, the whole butterfly and the text. However, if I were to duplicate this page, so I can right click and duplicate, I know that if I have 2 sheets, I will have enough to cover the butterfly and the text. Okay, so just like that. Okay, that looks great. So now I am ready. I'm ready to go ahead and send my project. Now, all of this right here, this full layer, the butterfly and the word beautiful, all of this is going to be glitter HTV. It's going to be white glitter HTV. And all of this right here will be just my 2 sheets of sublimation paper. So I am going to click make. Do I want to save this? I'm going to say save, yes. And I'm going to call this Black History Butterfly. And I'll click save. And let's see what happens. All right, so I have my 2 printed images, and then I have the butterfly. So now I'll click continue. All right, so right here, I'm actually not going to have my Cricut cut these out, but I am going to have my Cricut, of course, cut this butterfly. This is going to be glitter iron on. I'll click glitter iron on. It's going to be mirrored automatically. And I am going to click this, cut this with more pressure because I don't want to have a hard time weeding out all of these little pieces in this butterfly. Okay, so I'll do that. Make sure I don't have any cut lines in my work. Okay, that looks great. All right, and let's go ahead and get my 2 images printed. Everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. I have the Glitter HTV face down on the mat, and I am going to get the mat inserted into my Cricut, and I will press the flashing C and get this cut out. Now I'm going to do my best to get this weeded out. And if I start to have a problem, I'll go weed it under my heat press. But I did cut this with more pressure to make it a little bit easier to do. Okay, I have it all weeded. I'm going to cut this excess off. I think it is so beautiful. Let's head over to the heat press. And I have my heat press set for 325 degrees for 20 seconds. I am going to place this down like this, and I'm going to press this for 20 seconds. I'm gonna remove the backing. Now I'm going to increase the heat to 385 degrees for 45 seconds. So I'm increasing the temperature. Now I'm going to cut these borders off. I'm going to place these face down here, making sure they're facing the same direction. Just gonna cut this line off. I have this paper tape down. Now I'm just going to make sure it's completely covering the butterfly. And I am going to get butcher paper to put on top of this to make sure that none of this ink gets on the top of my heat press. Putting butcher paper on top. Going to close this and press it for 385 degrees for 45 seconds. All right, it has opened up. I can see the image right there under the butcher paper, so that's always a good sign. And let's see how it turned out. This is always my favorite part. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Look at how gorgeous this is. Now there's a little piece right there that did not get sublimated. So I might just put a little piece just like right there. Let's do that. Let's look at it. That is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Look at this. Okay, so that is the finished butterfly and I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I love it so much. So hopefully you have found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.